Hi there, I'm Matthew, and this is the Norman family from Colchester, England. And we were one of the first international families to join KITS 5 years ago now. And we even did our baked in with Rabbi Miller and KITS.
Hi, I'm Erin, and I just wanted to say that it's really exciting to see KITS 5 years on from when we first joined and how much it's grown and the wonderful, inclusive, loving community that Rabbi Miller has fostered, and we're very grateful to be a part of that.
And I'm Alex, and it's been so lovely to watch the community get larger and more developed and covering so many new lovely parts of the Jewish Reform community online. And I can't wait to see it get more developed and able to bring together more people from across the world.
Happy 5-year anniversary to KITS.
And here's to many more.
Here's to many more.
Hi, I'm Casey. I'm currently in North Carolina, but by the time folks see this, I will be fully moved to Massachusetts in the Northeast United States. I found keeping it sacred early in the pandemic because of a queer Yiddish event during Passover that Rabbi Miller and I were both attending on Zoom. What drew me into KITS and kept me engaged was the wonderful mix of learning with the Daf Yomi group and the support through the healing circle that happens beforehand on Thursdays. It's allowed me to work on healing my religious trauma, and I'm so thankful for that because it led me to restarting my conversion to Judaism that I restarted after an almost 20-year hiatus. And it finished with Rabbi Miller sitting on my Beit Din in August of 2022, along with rabbis in Denver and New York City. Having my conversion transcend geography was a wonderful mirroring of my years with KITS. Transcending geography has also given me, as a disabled Jew, more access to learning and connection when my body has trouble accessing more traditional face-to-face spaces. I'm so thankful for Rabbi Miller and the KITS community, and I can't wait to see where we go together as an inclusive community in the future. Thank you so much for having this space.
Hi everybody, I'm Corinne from Mauritius. We're located in the southern hemisphere, about 17,500 kilometers from Los Angeles. I am a member of Keeping It Sacred since 2020 when I joined through my Jewish learning. And I'm very proud and happy to be part of that community. Thanks to Keeping It Secret, I've been able to know more about people from across the world, from Brazil, England, Israel, France, Italy, Philippines, and Switzerland. And this has really broadened my understanding of Judaism. I love KITS' leadership and approach, which I found really innovative, inclusive, friendly, and I feel safe and really welcome when I come here. As a person of color, I always felt accepted, and it helped me when I'm faced with racial discrimination to discuss about this theme with other people from the US and abroad. So it widens my scope and understanding of how to tackle racial discrimination as a person of color who herself faces racial discrimination. And this is really uplifting as I get to upskill and learn through scenarios how to address any form of discrimination and social injustice. Our community is particularly sensitive to people from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds. So I was really touched when our sister Nassim, who is of Iranian origin, spoke about a grief when Iran was attacked, about a family there and her concerns and all the worries she had, and all the community stood by her and made her feel really at home, showing empathy, showing love, showing solidarity with her. There was never a word of hurt or any hurt or any embarrassment when it came to standing by Nassim. I also feel very welcome here because, you know, in my country, I don't have much opportunity to connect with a community, and Kids is among the only communities where I feel free to be myself. I don't feel judged. I feel appreciated, included, welcome always, and it's always with great pleasure that I join all the classes from Rosh Chodesh Justice to Healing Circle, Talmud Study, and I particularly enjoyed the monthly Shabbat services. And I really want to thank Rabbi Miller and all the supportive staff of Keeping It Secret for making that possible and for giving me the opportunity to join. Even if I've got limited funds, I can contribute whatever I can to make it something very special. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. I wish us many more years of bliss, of growth, of development, and I send my love to each and every one of you. Mazel Tov. Happy 5th anniversary to each and every one of us. Love. Bye-bye.
Good afternoon. My name's Troy, and I live in Virginia with my wife and daughter. I'm extremely grateful to say that throughout my faith journey, I've been blessed to have people with me who have loved me and cared for me and looked after me. As I've continued along my path, though, I've become extremely curious in the most sincere of ways. I've questioned Scripture, just wanting to know more, but definitely being intrigued by learning more about it and not just accepting what was necessarily placed in front of me or what had always been taught to me. But that journey, it led me down a series of paths of interfaith study, all of which were very very beneficial and helped me to grow. In that series of online study sessions of interfaith exposure, I found my way to Keeping It Sacred, and that same intrigue and that same atmosphere that Judaism had showed me of questioning Scripture in the most sincere and reverent of ways was ever present. I'm so grateful that they've allowed me in, for always allowing me to take part in the hard work they do. While none of us know the next 5 years or what it will hold, I have no doubt that Keeping It Sacred will be very present and continuing to grow and expand and to make the world a better place, allowing folks like me simply to take part and seeking a life of service and growing closer to our Creator in all that we do. Thank you for allowing me to take part. I'm truly grateful.
Hello everyone, my name is Alpi. I live in Perugia, Italy. The first time I found out about Keeping It Sacred was through the Union for Reform Judaism's Introduction to the Judaism course, when they connected me with Rabbi Miller for my potential conversion. And I'm forever grateful to them because I found this community where I can be 100% myself, ask anything, share openly, and keep on learning and growing. I come from a Muslim background, and I didn't always have the best experience in that faith. So for many years, I was full of prejudices against Islam. But Keeping It Sacred kind of changed that for me. It did not only make me appreciate and love even more Judaism, but also it taught me to respect other faiths, even though I'm not part of it. So that's the kind of community we are talking about. That's the inclusivity and openness this community offers. Every week I find the chance to connect to my friends all around the world. But not only that, I feel more connected to the world itself and also to my true self, thanks to the timeless teachings that we learn in Keeping It Sacred. I'm sure the community will keep on growing and offering a spiritual connection to more and more people. So I just want to say that I can't wait to celebrate together many more anniversaries. Thank you. Love from Italy.
Hello, my name is Nassim. I'm 37 years old, a medical doctor and specialist in urology, and currently I live in Zurich, Switzerland. I was born in Iran, grew up in Germany, and when I joined Keeping It Sacred, I was living in Strasbourg, France. When I found Keeping It Sacred, or as I like to say, when it, like all the best things in life, found me, I had gone through a difficult phase trying to find my place in the Jewish world. It seemed that my wish to take part, to be a part of a community, and to immerse myself in words of Torah wasn't enough. But instead I faced some rejection because of my lack of status or my origin. But then in December 2022, on the third day of Hanukkah, and only because my initial plans for Hanukkah had failed, which had left me really heartbroken, but with some free time, I joined my first meeting at Keeping It Sacred, and luckily the miracle light of Keeping It Sacred has kept shining for me ever since. All that matters is your love for the text, and even more so for the essence and the ethics of it all. I enjoy the ethical discussions we have so much, and often continue discussing with me the entire week after class. At Keeping It Sacred, all that matters is your love for the ethics. Your status isn't a barrier, your background isn't questioned, and since we all meet online, it doesn't even matter where on the world you are. Something that has driven me since I was a child, and it still does, is the idea that borders are only artificial lines and the core of many problems. I think with our global community at Keeping It Sacred, we have managed to overcome borders. So much space between us, actually, sitting in Mauritius, Europe, America, and even the Middle East. And yet we are all so close and united by the love for creation. Especially when we have a lot of members coming in from all over the world. Once, for example, I was on vacation and joined from above the Arctic Circle. Then Keeping It Sacred seems to me like a piece of the world to come. Or at least I believe it's a step towards it. I wish what we have for the entire global community. I hope that we find a way of wiping the borders on the ground, and more importantly, the borders of the mind. And thank you to all the members of Keeping It Sacred. Thank you so much, Rabbi Miller. Happy anniversary, Keeping It Sacred. May you keep shining for us all.